At mōvi, we listen to our customers. That's not just something that we say. We really do. We really listen.
mōvi helped me create something new to better take care of our patients more quickly. We have a busy urban ER. We see over 50,000 patients a year, and we're redoing it to try and make things more efficient.
Dr. McNulty needed a way to keep patients in a seated position, yet be able to offer them the great level of care that he's accustomed to giving.
One of the things that we're looking at is not laying everyone down. The traditional ER has had patients come in and get into stretchers, and getting them out of those stretchers and moving them in those stretchers has certainly been a challenge for us and others.
He wanted people that were standing up to be able to come in and sit down rather than laying down in the bed.
We've been working with the mōvi company to try and come up with innovative ways that we can keep people in the upright position, keep them in that position both for treatment and moving them to other areas of the hospital where they need diagnostics, radiology, etc., bringing them back in the very same chair, and then bringing them to discharge, perhaps right out to their car, in ways that make them comfortable and speed our throughput.
One of the most common things that he sees in his emergency department are hand injuries that require sutures. So what he wanted to do was to be able to keep someone seated, but then have a perfectly designed armrest so that he could do the sutures on their fingers or hands right where they were seated.
Could we kind of design this so it becomes a surface? So rather than trying to suture on the side of a stretcher, rather than having to get a cumbersome arm board, rather than putting them on a tray table, could you have an arm built into this that swings out in a comfortable way so again the practitioner can come in from either side, from the inside or from the outside?
By keeping his patients in a seated position, Dr. McNulty was able to streamline their care in the ER.
They go in from triage into a mōvi chair. From there, they stay in that space. They can get an IV started. They can go to radiology. They can then get moved into their treatment area, all in the comfort of the same device, rather than moving them from one chair into another chair, into a stretcher, into a wheelchair, over to radiology, out of the wheelchair, back into the stretcher. All those different interactions where you are stopping to move them into another device, to move them to transport, go away. That is minutes times minutes times minutes.
The great thing about Dr. McNulty's idea was that we knew that it wasn't just for him. If he had this idea, if he had this problem, if we could solve that problem, then there was a lot more people out there that could use it. So not just his emergency department, but emergency departments across the nation and across the world could benefit from the work that we're putting into this particular project.